Screen a short documentary. Earlier this year, the Palisades and Eaton fires devastated LA County. Thousands of homes were lost and too many lives were taken. What many people don't know is that the incarcerated and formerly incarcerated women were on the front lines fighting those fires. So in this film, their courage, their experience, and the role that they played in protecting our community. After the film, we'll be joined by LA County Assistant Fire Chief Derek Chapman, Orange County Assistant Fire Chief Felicia Bryant, film creator, two of the filmmakers, and participants from the LA County Training Center Firefighting Training Program for a conversation about the fires and the women who stepped up. Take a look.
I was just sitting at school on January 6th and was in class when I got a call from my mom telling me that we were being evacuated and that there's a fire in the Palisades. We'd previously been evacuated for the Malibu fires in December, so I wasn't extremely worried given that we would get evacuations a lot, but nothing ever actually happened.
Being on the Palisades fire was probably the most emotional fire I've ever been on. We were some of the first people going in when the call came out, and we're in traffic trying to get in while everybody's trying to get out. There's little kids like coming down the road trying to be guided by their teachers and such, and they're like crying. There's ashes raining down on us while all this is happening. There's people walking out. They're leaving their cars in the road and they just have like a couple boxes under their arm and their dog on a leash or something, just like whatever they could carry that meant the most to them. Things were just going up so fast around us. Like you were cut in line around this apartment complex to stop the fire from getting to it. And we stopped it from that area, but then we look up the hill and there's a house going up in flames there. And then you look across on the next mountain ridge, houses just going up there. And the winds were so crazy that day. By the nighttime, you look at the mountainside and it just looks like stars going by because the wind's just blowing embers everywhere and it's just like glitter getting thrown across the mountain.
So less than 7% of firefighters are female, and the incarcerated firefighter population is a new thing. It's been very taboo for many, many years. In California, CAL FIRE has been sort of the first group to be able to do it. U.S. Forestry also has hired formerly incarcerated, but there's never been a program for all females. And so it was something that I was very passionate about, was to make sure that, you know, it's equitable, that women are able to have the same access. I'm very grateful to the county for allowing me to do this, because we don't want to have another January where, you know, we don't have enough people to respond and there's a shortage. And so starting with the county, moving through all the cities and getting our folks ready to respond to being first responders.
All resources are being released. I assume the last one off the hill. I got sentenced to 10 years, which is the maximum time that they could give me. But because of percentages, I only served 3 years, 2 months. And I did 2 years and 2 months of that in fire camp. I went out with a friend one day, and it was one of those day drinking kind of days, and so I made a point, like, I'm not gonna drink a whole lot today because I'm driving and I need to take care of him. And so I had 2 beers that day. On the way home, he goes to sleep in the passenger side, and I reached for something in my car. And when I went to reach, I just barely crossed the line and I hit a parked vehicle, and all the impact was on his side of the car and he didn't have a seatbelt on. and so he did not survive the accident. Because I'd had the 2 beers, it added a criminal aspect to the accident, so I got charged with gross vehicular manslaughter with intoxication.
Look at this.
What a lot of firefighters feel is that feeling of not doing enough. Like seeing the amount of loss that happened, the amount of houses that actually burned, and just wishing that we could have done more. And so it's depressing for us too, because though we didn't lose anything, we feel like it's our responsibility to save those things. People are always coming to you and be like, oh, thank you so much, like, appreciate the work you do. And you want to feel like you earned that, you know? So when you come off of a fire like that, you don't feel like you earned it. You feel like, no, I'm sorry, like, I wish I could have done something more.
My name is Maria Morales, and I am 33 years old, and I'm Puerto Rican. I love everything about firefighting. And not like to be like a jerk to anybody else, but I felt like this was made for me. Just because the day we moved in here was my birthday. It was March 16th. And when people found that out, they were just like, oh my God, that sucks. And I was like, no, it actually doesn't. This is the best birthday present I've ever had. I really didn't have consistency. I was always moving around. So like I had to figure out how to do everything. I won't get into too much detail, but basically my mom was murdered in '99, and my aunt and my grandma came, grabbed me, my brother, and my nephew, and then like, I don't know, like 6, 8 months in, she didn't want us anymore. She kept my nephew, but she didn't want me and my brother anymore, so she told my grandma that she wanted to put us into foster care, and my grandma told her no, and then she waited till my grandma went to go do her errands, and she had a social worker come pick us up. And that's how my foster care experience started.
Cat, can I go grab this? Does anybody want this?
If I could speak to my past self, I would tell her she's a lot stronger than she thought she was, because I'm here. I'm good.
Okay. Is that out of the way now?
I'm requesting 1 engine and 1 hand crew. IC Gonzalez, engine 661 en route. What are your commands?
It's a job that most people wouldn't be able to do. And they are sometimes trapped between 2 fires, and sometimes they're out there over 24 hours, nonstop with no rest, trying to grab a bite if they can. And it's incredibly hot, and their feet hurt, and their body hurts. And it's also learning how to just live in community, learning how to fight demons and still be strong and show up every day, learning how to deal with trauma, learning how to take accountability. So there's been a lot of growth in each of them. I'm super proud of them.
Hey, I think they're gonna say, hell yeah. Is it easy? Hell yeah! Is it easy? Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about. There we go. That's it. Big ladies. Hey, I'll have you know we just lied to whoever you show this to. Right.
Wasn't that such an incredible story? All right, so now I want to welcome our panel, LA County Assistant Fire Chief Derek Chapman, Assistant Fire Chief Felicia Bryant, film creator Phoenix Armstead, and the film's directors Kendra Harris and Kyler Williams, and some of our current participants from the LA County Training Center Firefighter Program. Now, this morning's conversation will be moderated by the legend, KBLA's host, Dominique DePrima.
So I'm not nervous.
Why is this couch?
That's why. Oh my god.
We're live.
Okay. Hello, good morning. I'm Dominique DePrima from KBLA Talk 1580 Radio. Some of you may remember me from KJLH. Some of you guys may remember me way back from the beat when I used to do street science. Wow. Or the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I've been doing LA radio and activism for a long time. And I'm really, really proud and excited to be here at this JCOD Together We Thrive Summit. Put your hands together. You guys are the ones that got here before noon, that woke up and tried to be part of something important. I'm honored also to be moderating this incredible panel, really distinguished panel. So I'm going to get right to it because we got a lot to cover. We got a lot of folks to talk to. First of all, let's put our hands together for the film Phoenix, womensvoicesnow.org. Yes. And we have the subjects of the film, and we also have some filmmakers here. And what I love about this is both the firefighters that we have here and the filmmakers that we have here don't look like the folks that we often think of when we think film director and firefighter. Am I right? Mm-hmm. So let's start with the filmmakers. I'm going to start with you, Phoenix, because this was your brainchild. What was it about this story or the women firefighters or just the camp? Or what was it that inspired you to do this project?
Well, January was a very rough time. And during that time, I feel like some of the light of like men who are incarcerated fighting on the fires, I feel like some of that became known, but then no one actually knew about the women. And I was like, when we were brainstorming ideas for documentaries, they were like, what do you want to teach people? And I was like, I want to teach people about something that no one knows about. And I feel like their work is just so impactful and that their stories are so impactful. And I wanted to share that.
And when you got on board with this project, how did you, what was it that you took away that you didn't expect? Tyler, yeah.
I really didn't expect how little recognition the firefighters got, especially the females ones. And so when I was able to find out how impactful they were on the fires and how little coverage they got and how powerful they were inside the fire camps, I thought that like the world kind of needed to know, especially with her bringing it up. And taken away, I definitely want to be able to put more women into the spotlight and, you know, give more credit to underseen, like, women, especially women of color, too.
And Kendra, how did you, what was it like doing this? Because I know it's always way harder than it looks. It's like radio or probably firefighting. It seems a lot easier than it actually is.
So what was it like putting the film together?
Yeah, putting the film together.
This is really loud. It was a beautiful process. Similar, I didn't really know much about this story. Women in this space aren't really highlighted, so I immediately gravitated towards being able to tell kind of a new side of this. So I was the media chaperone and editor, and so really my role was to work with the girls to empower them in their own decision making and how do we come together and tell a really strong, powerful story. So it was very eye-opening for me. It was very humbling, especially Patricia's story. For me, it was really humbling because that could have happened to any of us. So it was an honor.
I don't know, anyone of the filmmakers here can answer this. Why did you guys call it Phoenix?
We called it Phoenix because it tells the story of these women rising from the ashes of their past, really like metaphorical. And it also tells the literal story of Los Angeles rising from the ashes.
It also happens to be your name, but
That's
just that's not really a coincidence. Okay, so I'm going to meet the firefighters, and unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to chat before because I just came right off the radio and came right here. But so let's just go one at a time, and I want you to share. I'll ask you some different prompts, and I want you to share because I do think the filmmakers are right. We don't think, not only do we not think of women as firefighters, I think a lot of times we think women don't have what it takes to be firefighters. Okay, that one struck a nerve. You want to speak? Okay, please introduce yourself. You've been nominated, you've been elected.
Okay, I'll go first. You're going second. My name is Patricia Murphy. Like I said in the film, I served 2 years in camp, 2 years, 1 month exactly. I spent a year, 7 months at the camp in San Diego County, and then 6 months at the camp in Malibu. I was a first SAW for the San Diego one and second SAW for the Malibu camp. What else am I?
Well, I mean, do you? We often think that women, we don't have upper body strength, or we can't do this, we can't do that. Like it's not a job for women. So if you can debunk that, please do.
Flex, right there. That's it. Yeah, I mean, we work right next to the men. Sometimes we. Oh yeah, I'll let you tell that. That's your story. Though we work with them. We work right next to them. What's it called when you jump? Yeah.
I heard that. You said you're stronger and faster.
And we cut a prettier line. Yeah. If you ever walk a fire line, if it looks perfect, women did that. Sticks and a couple little things in there, that was the guys, for sure. I mean, the longest I've ran a chainsaw on a fire was, I think, 5 hours straight. We worked 24-hour shifts, sometimes 12. We'd stay on the fires for the same amount of time. I was on fires for, I think the longest was 3 weeks at a time. So we're doing the same job, we're doing the same work, and we're held to the same standard.
Okay, well, Natalie, you want to go next?
Natalie?
Natalie? Oh, well, she's on my list. Okay, I'm sorry. Why don't you go next?
I'm KK. Hi, guys.
I'm sorry. What is your name? KK. KK. Okay. Yeah. Nice to meet you, KK.
Hi. I was also at Malibu Fire Camp, which is ran by LA County. I need to give a shout out to them. And let's see here. All I want to say is that it is the most empowering work, especially to us women. The fact that we do work alongside the men, I feel a lot of the time we have to work a little bit harder, right? We show up to a fire, not only are we inmates, but we're women. So we have to make sure that our standard is set even above that, or set above everybody else's.
What role does JCOD play in that? Like, what happens at the JCOD camp?
Well, I just actually been at JCOD. I am not a part of this fire cohort that exists right now. I will be for the second cohort, but JCOD actually came in around January, around the Palisades fire, and introduced the first all-women's cohort that is taking place now. And yeah, that's what these young ladies are.
And by cohort, we mean a group of women.
Yeah,
who are
they're sitting right here in this front row.
Yeah. We're gonna meet them too for sure.
They are all super women, superheroes,
and these are women who are. Okay, we'll get into this a little bit more later, but basically, you're getting trained, officially trained to do the job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Judge. If you want to be on the panel, you got to come on the stage. Honorable Judge Armstead, over there, armchair quarterbacking. Okay, so how has it changed your life? Let's do that.
Oh, wow. I mean, opportunity, really. Well, first off, they came. We are, while incarcerated, doing that work, fighting fire. I never once did it for recognition. It was all about redemption, really, right? Giving back to the community, helping others, getting strong mentally, physically, spiritually, But after the LA fires in the beginning of the year, JCOD, Judge Armstead, and her wonderful team came in and brought us a lot of love and recognition. And like I said, we don't do it for that, but it felt really good. And it just kind of unified the women even more. You know, it's a group of sisters, and I feel like that's exactly what the tone is as well at LACTC. It's a group of sisters and a group of badasses, I might say.
Okay, all right, let's keep it going down the line here. No skipping. Oh, we have, okay. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is DRV Watts. How you doing? I got started with wildland firefighting through Ladell Hayes. He has a cohort in Los Angeles, you know, to help bring up, to start Wildland, basically. And I got here through him. He mentored me. He made sure that I got here. I was one of the only females in his class, and he introduced me into the Wildland area. At first, I didn't think it was for me, but as me being here and building a team and a sisterhood, it was very experiencing. I have been justice impacted. I just wanted to change my life around, really. I didn't want to continue to go down the route that I was going down. It wasn't good. I'm also one of the youngest firefighters here.
What?
So, yeah. So I just
And can do the most pull-ups.
The most pull-ups, yes. I just really wanted to change my life around. I really appreciate Dr. Dina Hayes and Captain Hayes and Judge Armstead for pushing me and just making sure that I turn my life around. I really appreciate that for them.
The most pull-ups is depressing because I can't even do one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm working on it. So when you said at first you didn't think it was for you, why? Like, was it scary? It seems like terrifying to me. But.
I don't think it was scary. I think it was just more so everybody was like, you know what I'm saying, it was a male-dominated field and that it wasn't a lot of females in there. So just going into it and also being African-American, it was just kind of scary for me. It was just a change that I wasn't ready for, but I'm glad that I'm here. I'm glad that I stuck through it. I graduate soon, and I'm just ready to, I'm glad. Thank you.
Well, congratulations for that. Congratulations to all of you guys, man. That's serious business. You want to keep passing the mic down? Maria!
Hi, I'm Maria Morales.
And describe the training, describe the work, and describe how you see yourself differently now.
JCOD, this whole process has helped me learn who I am. Being in the foster care system, you always gotta, I guess, like cater to people the way they want to, or they want you to be, because if not, they kick you out. So it was very nice. I'm learning a balance now. I was super nice when I came in. Then I got super mean, and then now I'm finding a balance. So thank you guys for showing me who I am unapologetically. I really appreciate that. The training, fire is amazing. I knew I wanted to be a firefighter coming in here, but I didn't know how much I was going to actually fall in love with it. And this is my whole life. So I appreciate JCOD for opening the door, for giving us a place to stay, for just, like I said, showing me who I am. I really appreciate to ARC, Amity, and first and foremost, Captain Hayes.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, I don't think a lot of us would be here. He has been the biggest blessing, his wife, Dina Hayes, as well. Yeah, I appreciate everybody. And the reason why, so we've always been told that it is harder for females to get in this field, but they're scared of us. We can gain our strength as long as we push to it or push towards it and just get there, but they don't have like the nurturing side. They don't have the cleanliness side. Everybody knows how I am. I'm like super OCD. So we're just And no disrespect to our firefighters. I really appreciate you guys, but we're going to take over.
Yes.
By a show of hands here from the women firefighters, how many of you think this is going to be part of your life from here on out?
Oh, this is our life from here on out.
Yeah, it started.
Okay, well, that was decisive. I want to introduce the Assistant Chief and Fire Marshal of Orange County, Felicia Bryant. How long have you been in this business?
Good morning, everyone. I've been in the business for 21 years. I actually came from Oakland, California.
Oaktown, my hometown.
Oh.
Or Bay Area, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So you've been in this since probably not too many, since it wasn't even thought of. I mean, you definitely would qualify as a pioneer.
Thank you, but no. And I say that humbly because there were other women who came before me, and they opened the door and created the opportunity for me to be here. And now I work with Orange County as their fire marshal and as an assistant chief. So thank you.
Do you see things changing?
Absolutely. I really do. And I believe in the profession and what it's bringing to the communities that we serve, and making sure that we have people in this profession who can do the job, not because they're a man, not because they're a woman, but because they're dedicated to community service. And that's what we do. And to see these women sitting up here in the academy, in the cadre down there, is a true testament to how we're making that change and making it better for everyone. Because the more women we have on the rigs, the better we can serve our communities, because not everyone can relate to every situation. And so we need as many people who are willing to be in this organization and this profession to show up.
Well, 21 years in, I'm getting the feeling you have no regrets.
Absolutely none.
All right, and now it is my honor to introduce the LA County Fire Department Chief, Chief Derek Chapman.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. First of all, I want to commend you for being part of the, supporting the JCOD program and helping to bring these women into the fold. You know, as a journalist who's been covering LA for more than 25 years, we consistently are reporting on the fact that there aren't very many women, there aren't very many people of color, that fire departments can be insular. And that's just tradition. Some of it could be discrimination, but some of it might just be what folks are used to. So I want to commend you for being part of this. Tell me why you think this is important.
So we've been in partnership with JCOD for over 2 years, and this is our second cohort. This is our first all-female cohort, and incredible, right? And I can tell you from day one, it was a special group. And I can say that because they came to us after doing 6 weeks of dedicated wildland training to us. We got them when they were going to transition over to the structure firefighting side. And I came day one, I spoke to them, I gave them my expectations of them, but then I asked them, what are their expectations of us? And one of them said, and it was very impactful, don't take it easy on us. And I don't think we did. That was you. I don't think we did. They went through 6 weeks of our wildland firefighter training, which qualifies them to work on our wildland hand crews, our Type 2 hand crews. And then we put them through over 40 days and 300 hours of structural firefighting, hazardous materials training, and then another wildland component. And not to say they completed it, they crushed it.
Nice, congratulations. Now, for those of us who aren't firefighters, you just rattled off a bunch of different categories. These are all different jobs, right?
Yeah.
Structural, that means buildings.
Yes,
Making sure
correct.
buildings don't burn down. Wild land, is that what you said?
Yep, wildland like the Palisades and Eaton fire and the fire crews that they worked on before. And then hazardous materials, which would be a hazardous material response, overturned tanker full of gasoline.
EV batteries.
EV batteries, which is a big topic with us right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of pressure on firefighters right now, but a lot of accolades too. I think all of us are grateful after what we saw in Altadena and Palisades, that it wasn't a lot worse, considering what a crazy inferno, we had in East and West. And I think it's changed the public's awareness and attitudes toward firefighters. Is that your perception, Chief?
It is. It seems like we go through, and I've been in the fire service for about 30 years.
Wow.
And I noticed it the first time with 9/11. When 9/11 happened and we lost 343 brothers and sisters in the World Trade Center, in addition to 2,500 people, I noticed a big change in support for the fire service. And then as we get these campaign fires like the Woolsey fire, the Station fire, and now Palisades and Eaton, the support from the community is just tremendous. It's really good. It not only feels good every day to do what we do, but to feel the love and support from the communities after these big events is pretty special.
I got the opportunity to go while the fires were still being put out with Judge Armstead to a camp and see the incarcerated, talk with the incarcerated firefighters while they were in that 24-hour cycle. And a lot of people told me something similar, that, the community was looking at it differently. I guess a lot of us, we read, we know that incarcerated persons are fighting fires, but we don't really know how it works. And my understanding is that for a lot of prior history, folks that fight fires inside the carceral system do not have a pipeline into jobs once they are out into society. Is that changing?
With JCOD, Operation Flame, yes, because now that has given them the pathway to become qualified, certified firefighters in the eyes of the state, that they can work for CAL FIRE, they can work for U.S. Forest Service, they can work on these hand crews, they can work in the structural firefighting world. Absolutely.
So that means the experience, whatever experience they had in prison, now becomes refined into the system of how things function in the fire departments and the forestry, and those certifications allow them to apply for these positions.
Absolutely, yes.
And based on what you've seen so far of the JCOD fire camps, do you think this will be a real viable pipeline where we'll start to see these justice impacted people inside fire departments?
Absolutely. It's definitely we're trending in that direction. I think there's a lot of work to do to get us there, but we're off to a great start. And I can tell you, when I first met these women, I think it was back in February at Camp Gonzales, we had members from the first cohort, was an all-male cohort, that had come back for the kickoff of this cohort, and they were full-time employees for CAL FIRE, working up in Mendocino County in full uniform. And for me to see that after the amount of work that we put into them, it was incredible. It was extremely touching to see that this system actually works.
Yeah. Put your hands together. That's good. We love that. Okay, I want to go left to right again here. And, we only have, 9 minutes left. So just what you want to share. I'll give you a prompt, but if you want to go somewhere else, that's fine. My prompt would be, what misconceptions do we have about justice-impacted folks, and particularly in this arena of firefighting?
I will say this. I believe that when I get there, when I am a wildland firefighter, I will bring a special something to the field, just based on my life experience, my struggle, the pain, the grief, all of that. I think that adds something to the table for sure. I know how to fight for what I want and what I believe in, and I think that's what makes us so special coming out of the incarcerated system, right? It's like we know struggle and we know how to turn that around and use it to keep pushing forward. So.
Yeah, or if you have something else you want to say, to your peers and new friends?
Okay. Well, what I can say is I don't know what misconceptions people outside of fire might have, but I've started touring CAL FIRE camps, so going and visiting them and introducing myself to captains and giving them my resume. And when they see that I was an inmate firefighter, they're like, oh, these are the people we want. Because we know that you are trained right, we know that you work harder, you have something that you're fighting for here. You know, you want this so much. Like this is a change in your life that you're reaching for, you know, and if we can help you accomplish that goal and know that you're going to put in this work for us, we want you. So it's never been like, it's never held us back. It's something that they see and they're like, okay, cool, that's credit to your resume, you know?
Yeah, that's incredible.
So, yeah, I'm glad to see that the hard work I put in there is pushing me forward, and it's actually like, I've worked hard my whole life.
Yeah.
But it didn't equal anything. It wasn't appreciated and it wasn't valued. It was just, yeah, no, that's what we expect. You're going to do that, and thank you. Now go do this too. But
Got
with
it.
fire, there's a reward to it, and you accomplish something through it, and you get to help people through it. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to put that little extra garnish of yes, and also being not just a woman, but also being black in the system. Yeah.
So I don't know much about being incarcerated. About about firefighters, but it's just a big misconception, like period, in the African American community about we can't do it, or even women in general, like we can't do it or we're not strong enough. And I just feel like we're here to prove them wrong. We're just here to prove them wrong. And when women do get into the fire, we're taking over. Just like she said, we're taking over. It will be just as many women as there is men, and I'm here to see it. I'm here to.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I've never been incarcerated, but my family has been. My new family has also been. I grew up in foster care. Foster care is in a sense like a prison. But basically, like, just don't give up. Like, to anybody that's just as impacted, even if you're not. Like, life is hard. It is really, really hard. I question myself all the time because I don't know why I wanted to grow up so bad. But it's hard, but you can do it. The point is just not to give up. Like, keep trying. If you fall, you're going to fall a whole bunch of times. Just keep getting up because that's the part that matters. So, yeah. And I really appreciate the opportunity. And like I said, I appreciate all you guys. I didn't mention LAFD. Thank you guys. We would not be here also for you guys either. So I appreciate just everything that has been handed to me. And all we can do, my girls, is be great firefighters. Show them that we got this. Don't take this for advantage. We got this.
I mean, whether we're filmmakers, firefighters, or radio hosts, women are known for our endurance. I'm just saying. I want to extend the same opportunity to the filmmakers. What do you want to leave us with? What did you take away from this experience that you want to share? Phoenix, you want to start since you're sitting next to me?
Okay. Quick story time. So my mom was talking to me about how she visited incarcerated female firefighters, and I was like, oh my gosh, are they all scary? And she said, why don't you come find out? So I went to go visit them, and we brought like fun stuff, and I met them all, and I was like, wow, they aren't scary at all. And I feel like I feel like that's a common misconception, because I feel like when you hear like incarceration, you're like, oh no, oh my god, that's like horrifying. Like what happened? But like I feel like at the end of the day, we're all just people, and I feel like we put these labels and we kind of like separate us from others. We're like, oh, we're not like them. They did this, we didn't do that. But we're all human beings, and I feel like that was what I wanted to show through the film. I wanted to like just humanize them because we put these labels on people that they don't deserve.
Well said. Yeah, well said.
Okay, so when we were originally thinking about making this film, I was a little scared to go to fire camp, kind of like Phoenix. And so I had these like misconceptions in my head about how they would act, like maybe like brutish or rough. And I am kind of glad that I was able to break those misconceptions because they were so nice when we got there, and they were funny, and they had amazing stories, and they were just some of the like most awesome people I could have met. And I'm so glad I had got that opportunity to meet them and, got that opportunity to share their story.
Excellent.
I didn't have any misconceptions coming into this project. As a filmmaker, I've been exposed to crazy stories before. One thing that I just kind of lead with is curiosity, and sort of on the lines of what Phoenix said is, we're all just people. We all have unique stories, and so just staying curious and staying open to what life can present. Because I didn't know any of this existed 6 months ago, and I feel like I've been introduced to an entirely different world, new stories, new faces, and so it was just a reminder of like what happens when you stay open and curious, and who you can meet and what you can learn.
Yeah, and I'll say one of my great takeaways too is just that there's great things happening in LA, in California, all across the country, no matter how sad or bad the news is or your day is, things like this are happening, and we just have to pay attention. I'm going to give you the second to the last word here. What do you want to leave us with? What should we know? What are we missing?
I just want to speak to the women who are going through the academies now. You guys are wave makers and trailblazers. Never let anyone take that away from you. Everything that you're doing is only going to make us better tomorrow. Know who you are. Never tell them that you can't do it. And when they do, you will prove them wrong. So just know from one woman who's done it, who's been challenged, and who knows some of the things that you will be going through, some of the training that you're going through, it will get better tomorrow. And if they break you down, that's okay. Because when you get in front of that fire, you need to find that courage to keep pushing through and not give up. So congratulations and keep it going.
Thank you, Assistant Chief Fire Marshal Felicia Bryan. Appreciate
Absolutely.
that. And Chief Chapman, LA County Fire Department, I'm going to give you the last word here.
So I think I want to end with celebrating these 13 amazing women and their accomplishment and what they've done, what they've been through, and what they're going to do in the future, because they're just starting, and they've got so many great opportunities ahead. And seeing what they're capable of, I know they're going to do amazing things in this world.
And we'd like to invite the rest of the cohort up on the stage. Firefighters, come on up. Please stand with us. Let's take a bow or a wave or what.